Oh boy, I love playing Super Slam Bros. Melee for the Super Nintendo. Oh, so much fun. Yeah. Brawl's better. While I've always enjoyed my time in Melee with its tighter gameplay and focus on speed and movement, Brawl still holds a huge place within my heart. While its addition of characters like Ike, Pit, and Snake were awesome, and the subspace emissary added a whole new layer to the Smash Bros. Series, it's Brawl's musical identity that remains its most impressive aspect to me. Brawl achieved something that movies like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, or games like The Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy achieved with their music. That being, it's simply upon hearing one of the game's tracks, you can get sucked back into the world right away. When I hear the Brawl theme or any of its arrangements, even for other games' songs, I get sucked back into the world of Brawl, because its soundtrack is so phenomenal every step of the way and carries with it a consistent identity. In my time spent listening to Brawl's soundtrack, I often found myself pondering, what are the top 5 best tracks here? Well, today, we'll find out. I've noticed that there are some people out there who would consider this to be a weak remix or something that tarnishes the original musical piece. But I personally find Brawl's arrangement of The Legend of Zelda's Dark World theme to be an incredible showcase of how uniquely music can be interpreted and recreated. While I of course love the original grandiose, fast-paced track of A Link to the Past, Brawl's theme has a much more ominous and almost foreign sound to give you that feeling of being in an unknown world, but it always stays slightly optimistic as well. This track for me remains as a fantastic arrangement of a classic piece of music. I remember thinking of Fire Emblem as this strange and out there series that was cloaked in mystery for me whenever I played Melee, as the most I got of it was Roy, Marth, an alternate song, and some trophies. I always craved more Fire Emblem in Smash Bros, and my lord, did Brawl deliver. Not only did Fire Emblem receive a new stage for its own, but also a brand new orchestral operatic arrangement of the Fire Emblem Anthem. And that's truly what this piece is, an anthem for the whole series. That sounds like it could just as easily be the anthem of a sovereign nation, and it matches Fire Emblem perfectly. With brilliant drums and horns playing to the percussion-filled beat as opera singers imbue this classic tune with new life and show us a whole new way to appreciate this brilliant song. Brawl truly outdid itself with a spectacular show of just how far Smash Bros. Could take a single song. While the Fire Emblem theme's new arrangement shows us just how far a single piece of music can be taken, what truly takes my breath away to this day is how Brawl manages to stitch together so many different tunes, each as classic as the last, and to make out of them all a singular medley. The Ocarina of Time medley takes 9 classic songs that are played on the titular Ocarina of Time, and brings them to new life with folk-like acoustics accompanying an ocarina playing the memorable tunes. As the song progresses, the acoustic background builds and becomes this gradual snowball that becomes an epic backing track that allows the ocarina to remain the focus of attention without fading into being too loud or forgettable. All of this culminates into one of Brawl's finest tracks yet, and crafts a tune that somehow sums up 9 incredibly classic songs into one singular orchestral piece that keeps with Ocarina of Time's audible aesthetic perfectly. When I first turned this game on, I really had no idea what to expect. I knew Charizard was in it and that Link looked cool, but that was about it. When I popped the Wii disc in and watched the opening cinematic unfold, I fell in love with Brawl right away. Its cinematic showed that there was an adventure in store for me, but while that stuff certainly sparked my interest when playing the game itself, what grabbed me right away and has yet to let go is the music which was played. Brawl's main theme was composed by Nobuo Uematsu of the Final Fantasy series, and it's this daunting, epic, operatic tune that feels like it was crafted to encompass the most legendary story ever told. With dramatic Latin chanting and a large booming orchestra playing in the main portion of the song, you're drawn in right away to the dramatic tale that this seems to be trying to tell you. But as the B-side comes around, things slow down, and now we hear more strings with a melancholy yet optimistic tone, filling the voices that are singing as they regale the listeners with a small amount of strings in the background. The song swells to a full instrumental and comes to a close in a great way. This song is the true and most accurate embodiment of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I don't think a better one could have been made for it. When I first played through the Subspace Emissary, I found it so fantastic and atmospheric, and half of that was from the wonderful soundtrack the game had. Even when the gameplay got tedious or boring, I stuck through and kept playing because I needed to experience more of it. However, my grind in this mode soon came to a crashing halt when I got to the Great Maze. I was stuck there for a long time, but it was one piece of music that kept popping up for me that helped me to not go insane during this part of the game because it was so soothing and pleasant to listen to. Bramble Blast, Brawl's arrangement of Stickerbrush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country 2, is my favorite track from this whole game. It is absolutely fantastic with every note played. It takes the slow and melancholy version from Donkey Kong Country 2 and refines it into a more adventurous and exciting spirit, all while keeping the atmosphere of the original piece intact. Stickerbrush Symphony was already one of my favorite gaming tracks, but Brawl's version constantly competes with it in my head for which one could possibly even be better. I absolutely adore Bramble Blast, and I stand steadfast in my belief that it is the best track in all of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I used to have this like weird semi-disdain for Brawl, but as I keep going back to it and thinking back on it and reflecting, I realized that it's actually got a lot of pros, and I was trying to think of doing a video for a top 5 for it, you know, maybe stages or something like that, but I realized the best part of Brawl, for me at least, was the music. The music's fantastic in this game. Almost every track is, like, my 10 favorite tracks are just as good as my favorite track. They're all fantastic pieces of music, and I just want to share some of that with you guys today, so I'm glad that you allowed me to do that, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And let me know down below. I'm really curious, what's your favorite Brawl track? Because I feel like there's so much diversity in it, yet it has this weird, consistent identity with all these different tracks. So it's a nice, cool, uniform type of music that I feel is really unique, and I really feel like Smash 4 didn't get that type of musical identity treatment that Brawl did. So let me know down below, what's your favorite Brawl track. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. I love hearing other people's favorites, you know, whether it's title screens or, you know, Smash Brothers tracks. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Goodbye. Have a good one.